life is so beautiful when you will marry. And life is even more beautiful if the first woman you have slept with is your wife after you have married her, and the only woman you have slept with in your life is your wife, and the last woman you have slept with at all is also your wife. It's the same person, your woman. It's the best thing that you can do. Same goes for women on the perspective with men. If a man and a woman, if both of you decide to not have sexual intercourse before marriage, it's the best thing you can do because God is blessing you. You are living according to His laws and His will. And marriage is something beautiful. You get to know another person. I know, I'm also a human being. I know exactly when you're younger, especially when you're a teenager, you are pressured very much by other people, number one. And you're also thinking, like, oh, you like people because the way they look or the way they appear or something in them attracts them to you. But I'm telling you, when you grow up, and I know how it was. I was a teenager and I was there with my friends. I was not doing things bad, but I was there with my friends and we were thinking that the parents were living in another world. We thought that we were the real ones. Like we thought like this gangster music and all that was the hot cake, was the thing of that time, you know? But I found out as I grew up, like, wow, my parents were right, you know. So it's always good to be obedient to your parents and to wait, especially um, to first marry and then to have sex. Because let me tell you something, sex is not 100% of marriage, you know. Whole life is not about sex. I'm telling you this. You might think that it's all about sex because sex is very powerful and it can be like a drug. When you do it, people can become addicted, you know. So um, when your mind is clear, you will understand that there is a time for everything. There's a time to laugh, there's a time to cry, there's a time to build a family, there's a time to marry, there's a time to have sex. It's easy, you know? And your desire, you want to be together with a person who knows you, you know her, you can talk about everything, you have peace in your own wall. You want such a type of life. And then your wife gets pregnant and you are about to become a father and you want such a life. That's a blessing. That's actually a gift from God. You want to become a father. You want to become a mom. You want to raise your children right. And even when after your children have grown, you want to go with your husband or your wife, like your spouse. You want to go for a walk with them. You want to. It's like um, life is beautiful when you see an old couple, like I see over there. There's an elderly couple, and they're walking together, and it looks to me as if they are married, as if it's their first marriage. And I'm so happy to see that because that's how life is supposed to be. You even see in the animal kingdom, you see eagles, for example, an eagle male, an eagle female. They are also loyal to each other, you know? So it's good to be faithful. Don't let your eyes wander around looking at woman, a man, whatever. Don't do that. Wait, because the marriage is one of the best things that can happen to you, for real. And when you are in your 30s, it's even more beautiful. When you're in your 40s, it's even more beautiful. When you're in your 50s, it's even more beautiful. In your 60s, it's more beautiful. In your 70s, and guess what? The next present that's awaiting you is you will have grandchildren. It's beautiful to be in a marriage and to stay in a marriage. And let me give you one more secret. The Bible, in the First Corinthians, talks about, where the Apostle Paul talks about that it's good if a couple has divorced to get back together. You're like, what? Yes, it's good to, if a couple has divorced, if they get back together. That's what I'm advocating for. If you have been divorced, get back together with your ex-husband. If it's not that easy, sometimes it's not easy, but you have to remember, if you're a man or if you're a woman, if you're a man or a woman, there is something, a information that you know deep down in your heart that that is your wife, that is still your wife. You have divorced her, but she's still your wife. You have divorced him, but he's still your husband. I'm not saying life will be perfect, but I'm saying make it better now, start now. Because when you divorce and when you don't enjoy the life of a marriage and you fail to live in a you fail all of these positive aspects of marriage because you have been divorced, then you grow up and you will grow old alone and you see that's not how life has been created. Please cherish life, cherish marriage, value your children and value it. Like, even your children don't even want to see you parents separate. You might be separated with your husband or with your wife. Your children are not happy. They are suffering. I'm telling you, because it has not been designed that way. Don't let people, this society, fool you. Don't let them say, you need to be happy. You need to think about yourself. If he wasn't the right person for you, if he doesn't make you happy now, maybe back then he made you happy, but now he doesn't make you happy, then just go and leave him. That's a doctrine that's coming straight from the bottom pit of hell. Don't ever believe that and don't ever act according to that, because it is better to stay together with your spouse, because you will be rewarded heavily. And if you have done the mistake of separating, of going through a divorce, I'm honestly, this is burning in my heart for years, honestly asking you to punch on your chest as a man and say like, okay, let me try to see, let me first pray to God, let me first pray, meditate, pray to God, and see maybe if I can do something about it. Maybe if I can approach my ex-wife, maybe get back together with her again. And if you're a woman, I encourage you with all respect that maybe you will pray to God and see like, wow, like maybe I can get together with my ex-husband again. Maybe it will not be that perfect like in the beginning, but it's better because God is the God of restoration, you know. It's better for a couple who has been divorced to come back again than to absolutely deteriorate in today's society, because today's society is heading towards destruction. Thank you very much.